books out, everyone. It's time for a lesson. A lesson in who is going to be the real threat coming out of Pool A in the Rugby World Cup 2019. The big clash we've all been waiting for. It's England versus France. It's a round-robin clash of Pool A we've been dreaming of. Hello everyone and welcome to Cornflakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the Nathan Nicholls Be A Pro career, where we are at crunch time, we are at go time, we are at the main big show of the round robin. It is the clash versus France. And the team, as you can see, unchanged from our last matchup where we saw some really big talents come to the fore. The front row especially were brilliant, but in the rest of the side we saw the likes of Atwood, we saw Armitage, we saw Karma, Shingler and the other Armitage, Stefan and Guy, both performing. We saw Stanley show a little bit of what he can do, but as always there was one man always in the game, that was Nathan Nicholls. But the side as a whole showing some form heading into this big clash and further on into quarterfinals. Well, we've talked about a lot of guys we don't know anything about, and you could almost say the same about most of this French side, but the one thing we do know is that they have performed exceptionally well at Six Nations level. You can say they are the champions heading into this Rugby World Cup because they did pip England for the Six Nations title in 2019. So a pressure clash here between the two sides. Not too many names of note from a few years back, only the likes of Fiku at inside centre, but it is a revolution of France. These new names are proving to be the tonic that French rugby needed. Can they convert it though into the Rugby World Cup? They've featured in so many finals, but they are still yet to win one. It's a record they would well love to be rid of. And Nathan Nicholls and his English side back in the white kick this huge clash underway. England kicking off and receiving their own ball as well. Beautifully played early on from England as straight into things we go. Wide, no, it looked like it was going wide, but they cut it back eventually. Now there's an early chance here for England. It's Nathan Nicholls. He's cut straight through. Looks to take on the fullback. Oh, the desperate offload was there, but it didn't come off. He was looking for support, but it was just a bit too quick for the men around him. England fight hard, and they fight the ball back. Still Armitage back inside looking for his brother, and there they go. England with another big chance. Nicholls goes wide this time. It's forward. One more. Shingler will score. That's the start that England really needed. France are a massive, massive chance at a loss here. And England need to make sure that doesn't happen. And it is Sue Shingler who gets his first try of the tournament. Really messed things up there, Stanley, by going back to Nicholls. But this time, he quickly got his pass away. And it was straight back into the points for England. Just what they needed here. And the little goose step at the end was enough to sell the French defence down the river. What more have they got here, France, to come back from? It's a 5-0 deficit early on. You know that they've got more in the tank here, France. They've got plenty to show, and you just know that this won't be the bulk of the scoring. A low scorer like this, these sides are both too good in attack to let that happen. Nicholls does what he does best. He adds the extras, and it is 7-0 England over France. Well, the red kit of France not doing the wonders that the red of England was doing in their last match. On halfway they stand. High kickoff. This is a dangerous one as well. Nicholls waits for it. As fullback, he's done well. It's a terrible pass, but he's hit his man nicely. And some trouble holding on to the ball for England, but they do the job nicely. Atwood. Oh, Atwood has a bit of a run, and he storms away from his first defender. Armitage is on board. It's Armitage in foot race, but he's dragged down. He's got Bannerhan with him, and it will be all over now. Matty Banners in for try number 2, and England look far better in these early goings of this World Cup clash. What a magnificent try by England. Nicholls did exactly the right thing, finding Stefan Armitage, who just didn't have the legs to get away from the French scrum half. But the offload to Matty Banners, the master, on the right wing, got it finished for England. Look at him, he stayed right there with Armitage. He said, just give me the ball, give me the chance. And he had open space right in front of him. And an easy finish to a very good England try. And they go up 12-0 now. There's not much happened in this game already, but it is all England. 8 minutes in, and 12-0 the score. Here is Nicholls, slightly off to the right-hand side, but that is as perfect a kick as you could dream of. 14-0, and the clock still hasn't ticked over double digits. Pressure firmly on the French now. If 7-0 wasn't pressure enough, how about 14? They go a little shallower this time with the kick, and oh, beautifully taken, Armitage. Nicholls is right there for Banahan. He steps away from one, he completes line breaks, and he leaves a fullback running completely the wrong way. This is a bloodbath early on by England's one team firmly in control, and come crunch day, one team firmly more prepared. Since the World Cup kicked off, since we knew the fixtures, we knew this was going to be the game we had to target. Nicholls, he's put his team in some really good build-up form as well. Their opening match against Belgium was decidedly one-sided, but it was all this man here doing the damage. Portugal, the rest of the team started to get involved. And finally, Namibia, it's when the team really clicked, and they look absolutely perfectly in tune for this big clash. Well, you got to say, come quarterfinals, can they keep this sort of momentum going? They still have to play the Samoans after this match today. But if the lead that they could have in points will firmly put them into the quarterfinals if they can keep this win up here today. 1 point only required to get the bonus point, 1 try I should say. And then they are really cooking. Oh, this is a dodgy little kick-off, but it's pulled in nicely once more. Voitov on hand and France turnover. Now we got some danger. Great little offload again. They keep it alive there. One man up and over the ball. Probably should have hung on to that a bit better. Armitage, oh my goodness. You don't give Armitage a chance like that to put in a thunderous shot, because he goes over and turns the ball back. Now England attack once more. Quickly wide, and quickly it goes to Banahan. Can't offload. Oh, he's not in touch either. Now it is. Oh, by France as well. Tough call there. I thought Banahan was in touch. That's why we kept on running. 16 gone, and I can't believe I haven't even checked these tactics yet. We could be on low ruck commitment for the whole field. Atwood at the front does well. Karma waits through it. They hold it in there for a little while before going away to Ford. Beautiful offload from Ford, and now we break again. It's Karma, who has been very dangerous since coming in to the starting 15. Oh, the offloads are absolutely ridiculous at the moment by England. Nicholls is doing the work in the breakdown now. Oh, that was a bad pull. That was a bad run. Pressure now on England to hold on to the ball. Ford is there. He chooses to go to the left side. Oh, my goodness. Now Armitage has been hammered as well. France actually trying to get their defence going. Williams has a bit of a go this time. Needs to get the ball to Nicholls. He's been stationary without it for far too long. They choose instead to go to the left side. Nicholls trying to keep up and hang on. Great ball away as well. Blanchard does well. Nicholls! Oh, he's just gone into touch. Thought he was on there. But the defence just keeping their pressure on him, pushing him over the touchline. He will not be happy to end it like that, though. France. Oh, stolen by Atwood. Who else but the man mountain in the second row? They swing it wide. Armitage, oh, he hung on. was there waiting. Oh, you've got to go this side, Voitov. What are you doing? Banahan away from Nicholls. Banahan going up and over a couple. Nicholls quickly out of that attempted tackle and gets in support. Here's in front from Shingler. Oh, he is dumped right on the chalk. And this is interesting now because England have had a number of chances to put another try, which would be their fourth on the board. Yet they still haven't managed it. Oh, Edward's stolen another one. This is getting insane. Oh, no! How has that happened from Voitov? A beautifully executed move. I don't know if you quite caught it there, but it went back to the hooker, coming towards the maul, and he had a clear line, but he was just forced over the sideline and goal. 22 dropout is the call, and Nicholls gets a great ball away, back from Banahan. Oh, this is it again! Nicholls offloads. Banahan stolen it back. This is all England at the moment, but France are doing the job to hold them out. Their last little interplay, Nicholls and Banahan, those two are combining beautifully here tonight. Nicholls stands back. He wants to be involved. What way will Williams go? He goes short side, changes his mind back the other way. Nicholls gets involved. He goes for a little grabber, running through. Oh, he's lost it. Now France can attack their way out of the 22. No, they can't even get out of their own end goal hardly. Nicholls is in the breakdown, which is not ideal. I hope someone is covering back. Trying to run their way out of the end goal. Still France. I really want to go up and help them out, but we've got to stay back for the kick. Oh, this is suicide from France. They're just getting out of their own goal. The offloads are coming off nicely, though. They are just 4 metres out from their own goal, and now the kick comes in. Nicholls. Well, you can't read that sideways shocker. And it goes to the touch, but a bit of relief there for France. Long time coming. Full line outs. See, ruck commitment wasn't even right there. We are on the line, though. Voitov goes to the money man. That is Atwood at the front. Nicholls striking backwards. Oh, one gone. Looks to get rid of a second, but pulled down. A good tackle from behind, just holding on to him. Karma. Way to Atwood, who seems to have just spilt that ball backwards. England's attack has lost its spark after France have worked out the moves. Nicholls now, he's dropped it. Now that is one handling error. We can only afford the two. Armitage on the back of England going backwards. They're looking good in attack though, but the French defence is outstanding so far. Might put myself out on the wing here. Atwood fires another ball wide, and look at this beautiful run from Williams. Helping out. Atwood once more, plenty room, plenty numbers out here as well. Now they've got a big opportunity here. Through Downing as he goes away, but he's gone into touch. And that will be perfectly timed on the half-time buzzer. A flurry of a start by England that was pulled back in a big way by France, but nothing showing on the scoreboard. If you ever look at this, you'll probably say, yeah, France are getting dominated, but in fact, it's not like that at all. 21-0, it was all in the first 10 minutes of the game before France just shut England down completely. 71% of possession to 29, 69 to 31 on territory, pretty much 70-30 on all facets of the game. Handling errors proven to be a bit of a problem for England as they just haven't had that initial, well, really that big, strong start faded away to nothing. They just lack something of that finishing intensity that they haven't been able to get back. 8 line breaks to 0. You guarantee 3 tries from the first 3 line breaks. Since then, though, you've got to give credit to France because they had defended very, very well. And they look like a chance in the second half. If they can find their attacking feet and a little bit of territory, this game could be a good one in the second 40. 21-0, though, is a halftime score. Can France find a way back? How good was the French team talk? That's the question now. Was it good enough to lift these guys? Was it good enough to bring them back in the game? Let's find out. Second half underway from France, and England have the football for the first time in the second 40, and Banahan going for a bit of a scamper. Good old Matty Banners, he never disappoints with his effort. What a change of direction pass there from Williams. And he finds Emiliano, who's lost the ball. Oh, the big man has lost it. Release. Emiliano has been quite effective in the match here today, but this time France have an opportunity. They come wide. It's pretty much 3-0 out here. They initially break. Oh! They break the line, and Nicholls sends him straight back to where they came from. A thunderous tackle from Nathan Nicholls. Now they come the other way again. Still switching left and right. The offloads are coming good from France. And there's a turnover. Jones does the job. Oh, Nicholls. Oh, no. We've missed that tackle. We're in trouble. France, they're going to score this one. He's going to be far too quick. Down the touchline he goes. And in for the first try for France. Oh, the team talk was good. You can count your bottom dollar on that. It was more than good. May have been Fickou. It was. Gael Fickou scores, and we all know how much of a danger that man is. Smoking away from Karma, who's not slow by any stretch, but boy, that kick return from France was something special. Nicholls was caught up and, well, really tackling him himself, because he went to tackle his opposite number and he got done. Left in a heap on the ground. Well, don't leave your seats just yet, folks. This one could be a good finish. Here's the attempt to go, and yeah, that is a good kick. Just nicely slots it over. No pressure. Just tamely. A nice soft kick, and it is 21-7. Welcome back to the Rugby World Cup. Now Nicholls has to think. Now his team has to lift. The French, if they get their tails up, they can be such a dangerous team. Nicholls has to be 100% committed at the back, because France are going to come left and right. Here they come again. Another opportunity, another offload, but this is well covered from Guy Armitage, who picks him up and deposits him nicely over the sideline. But another very threatening attack from France here. Everything looks pretty good. Nicholls, yeah, I think we'll put him in the line. But, I mean, they broke that initial line there at the start, and they did well. France, they're always going to be a threat. Got the opportunity out wide. They decide to go back through Armitage. Uh-oh, we are a bit light there, boys, on the ruck. Oh, no. Here's another chance for France. They bust through the middle. You've got to watch that support player as well. Release. Stefan Armitage, he was over him quickly and he shut that play down. Uh-oh, short side, there's something on here. Nicholls commits to him, though. It was just the one man that time. And he puts them away nicely. We've got to watch that left side of our defence, boys. We are letting them a bit away with it here. Oh, no! Oh, I've seen that guy on the other side. We've got to chase. We've got to chase hard. That number 12 is sliding fast. That's Fickou, who is ridiculously quick. We know Nicholls is 100. But Fickou just smoked him. That was an intense foot race. No one I've seen yet challenges Nathan Nicholls for speed. Gael Fickou did just that. This game is getting more and more exciting as the seconds tick by, but for the French, that is going to be their problem. The seconds ticking by. Is another line break by France. That was another dangerous one, and got to be a turnover here, surely. Remarkably, not from the initial tackle, but they will get it back eventually. A chance down for England. What can they turn it into? A great run here. Oh, if we overrun him, no! He's got the pass away. Who's there? But the fullback is not Fickou, so we'll get a clear run, and that will be it. The French comeback has been put on hold. Event cancelled. Nathan Nicholls says that's enough. But once again, look who it was. Blanchard has been just phenomenal. He's broken the line in this World Cup. He's scored the most ridiculous of tries in their last match. This time, he turns to provider. And it was for Nathan Nicholls, who struggled to go slow enough to stay behind the big tight head prop, but he's done what is required. Flat ball allowed by the referee. And it was shades of what we see from him against Namibia last episode. That will be all France will muster. I don't see them coming back from 26-7 down. 28-7 now, with that conversion going nicely over. It was exciting there for a minute, wasn't it? Boy, France really put this game on notice. But their valiant effort will go down without the W, I'd imagine. Get in there, boys. Come on. Oh, Banners, you're the only one that put the effort in, my friend. We have to protect this because, my goodness, France have come to play. I would be worried if we meet these guys in playoffs. Oh, there's 3-on-1. There's got to be an opportunity for the try. How have they not got in there? Nicholls was in all sorts of trouble. Back one goes outside the 22 again, and England can close that down relatively easy. Still there on the 22. France only takes one little play, and they go in for the try. They have held the ball a lot better. They've attacked a lot better. They've offloaded superbly throughout the second half. And they are a real threat. If they play 80 minutes of rugby like this, they could well and truly threaten England. That's what we thought. And the good thing is, for them being in our pool, is I thought the referee was our player then, is that they could not come up against us in the playoffs in the semi-finals or quarter-finals. It will not be to a final if we meet France again. This way, guys, come on, over here. We're so outnumbered. Oh, we're lucky he didn't get that pass away. Nicholls just wrapped that ball up enough. Whoa, massive tackle, and the ball squirts out the side. This is all France. We have had nothing in the second half. That one fluky try for Nicholls is the only reward we have had. That ball's gone loose, and it looks like, I can't quite see who's picked that up, but it's one of the forwards. Oh, what a ball to Nicholls! He charges through 1, 2, 3. He's still going, but he passed it away. And it's a good pass too to Banahan. England just need to shut this game out now. Voitov hit up there from the big hooker. There's some great passing going on. Oh, cut-out pass over the top of Stanley. Now if he can link up with Nicholls, he does! Oh, that is brilliant! Utterly superb from England! And he'll run around as close to the sticks for himself. That is world class. That is why this team is a major threat for the Rugby World Cup. Nothing on here. Carver did a brilliant job of going wide, skipping out 2 players, but it was that ball from Stanley that was magnificent. 2 defenders closing him down. How he got that angle, I don't know. But he absolutely nailed it. Look at that bang between 2 players. How do you do that? And look who's there. It's Blanks at the tight end prop, wanting a little bit more of the action. But Nicholls knows the importance of that one. He just goes and plonks it down next to the sticks. What a game. This has been a great match. The scoreboard will not reflect how this game has gone. 33, about to become 35-7. No way a reflection of this game. France have been dangerous. So much like the Super Rugby match with Nicholls against the Chiefs and the Crusaders, we hammered them. But boy, we had to work hard for it. If you take out that opening 10 minutes here today, where we were up by 2 or 3 tries, Armitage has done brilliantly there. But it's still stolen, and France will come away again. I think this game will be a lot closer. Take out those 2 or 3 tries, and it would be a nail-biter. Some moments of brilliance is what decides games like these. And that's how Rugby World Cups are decided as well. France look for a little bit more action. Oh, that's a turnover from Atwood. And he drives it down. We've got to be careful because this is where they scored from last time. We've got to watch them. Out wide they come. Nicholls has to have him covered, and boy oh boy, does he ever! Another punishing hit. They keep it tight. England's defence is very good tight, and Ford makes one of his many tackles once again. Great short pass. Oh, but we just hang on, England, doing very, very well. 78.5 minutes, just a couple to go. There's got to be a chance for a turnover here. Piling into England. One for the road, boys. One for the road. Stanley. Well, he's gone back to Voitov. Back to Armitage once more. Farah's full time. England have won this thriller, and Nicholls has said he's had enough, but France say no, we haven't. So away we go again. Nicholls wants to make a statement here. He's chasing the ball carrier. He put him in touch, but France have offloaded once again very nicely. Oh, we've turned it over once more. Nicholls this time, he says, I've had enough. And he drills it into touch. Should have gone for that last try, but you just can't control it when it goes to that sort of state. France are livid. Look at those French players in the background, that last shot there. They are absolutely spewing at that first 10-15 minutes of this game where they were just put out of the match. Like I said before, take out that opening 10 or 15 minutes, this game was probably a 14-7 match. Those 3 tries at the start changed things completely. And I mean, England, they didn't realise their luck there when they got that gift of a start from France. But then again, France are a team that have been known to, well, bundle their way through the group stages before getting back to action when it comes to the playoffs. They do enough to get there, and a great try it was through Fiku. He did extremely well to get that try, and Pulisic put over the conversion, which wasn't an easy one from near the sideline. As for England, 35 points for them. Hat-trick to Nathan Nicholls, who is just destroying this Rugby World Cup. Banahan and Shingler getting one apiece, and Nicholls nailing 5 out of 5 from the tee. Well, isn't that a different game from what we saw at half-time? 35-7, yes, but 50-50 possession, 50-50 territory. That is one hell of a second half from France, and you've got to feel a little bit sorry that if they played to their potential for the full 80, we could have had one of the great Rugby World Cup matches. Line breaks 11-8. France, what are you doing with yourselves? You've got to score a few tries from 8 line breaks. They were dangerous, they were a tough team to beat, and I do fear they would be good enough to make it to yet another Rugby World Cup final after their performance. And of course they are Six Nations champions as well in 2019. A great game with a scoreboard, nothing to reflect the actual match. How did Mr. Nicholls go? Well, we just about failed our handling errors. I've seen that at one stage. 3 tries, 5 conversions, 3 line breaks, 5 tackles, and 5 handling errors, but only 1 was an actual drop ball. The other 4 were bad passes that did go to ground. So overall, not a bad game, but I'm not sure how we're going to rate on this one because, yeah, we weren't that good in the second half, were we? And the other team members did a great job of setting Nicholls up. Wasn't too many solo individual brilliant pieces by Nicholls himself. So a good team performance here that you've got to be proud of for England. Objectives. Well, we can see straight at the top, drop goal rate. I mean, I was considering it when it was 21-7. I was thinking, these guys are playing good enough that they could come back another 2 tries quite easily and make things interesting. If we get a chance, take a drop goal. We scored 1 from 80 metres out, and that got rid of any chance of a drop goal out of my mind. We made 1 handling error, we were out to make 2. We made 327 running metres, only required 70. Penalties conceded, 0, which we had to do pretty much 0 to get that successful. And 3 line breaks. We only required 2. Remember, that 2 was in the opening 10 minutes. We only got 1 for the rest of the match. Overall, a very, very good day for Nicholls, I think. Fitness up 0.3, speed and acceleration, which are already maxed, up 0.5. Breaking tackles up 0.2, passing up 0.4. Catching a bigger rise here, up 0.9. Mental up 0.8, and might max that out as well. And discipline going up 0.4. Good day for Nicholls there, getting a great rise out of this World Cup clash. Oh, an 8.47. That is quite disappointing. That is rather disappointing. We expect 9s now. We're world class. We expect 9s. But to put 35 on France and to win by 28, I mean, that is the real goal, isn't it? To win the matches, and we won well. The team played well. We've got to be pleased with that performance, despite dropping down under 8.5. First time in a long time we've gone that low. Around the rest of the World Cup, USA once again picking up a win against Italy. Wow, upset number 1, and still this, why, I don't know why it does that. But let's have a look at the tournament, because that result has, well, it's tweaked my interest there, hasn't it? So our last match was against France, 35-7. USA over Italy, that was the one we just saw. Great win for the United States. That could really mix up that pool as well. We'll check that out next, but we'll see the other results. South Africa over Japan, big win there. Scotland over Spain, just. Belgium over Portugal, battle of the minnows there. All Blacks smashing Canada, but only 44-18. Fiji over Russia, and Argentina over Ireland by 10 points. Wow. That's an upset, I think, but we are, of course, a few years in the future. So the Argentinians getting their act together. Well done, great win. And as we've talked about, Ireland falling off the pace a bit with the world elites. So Pool 1, and we'll go down to the bottom so we can see England in all its glory. 4 wins, 4 bonus points. Tough on France there, but they still sit comfortably second. And unless we lose to Samoa, which after that performance is unlikely, France will go through easily in second. Samoa, Belgium, Namibia and Portugal round out Pool A, or Pool 1, whatever you like to call them. In Pool B or Pool 2, the All Blacks at the top. Again, same record, 20 points. USA, oh, what a turn up to the books this is. Sits second with 15 points. Just bonus points, getting them up over Georgia. Either way you look at this, Italy and Tonga are gone. 0 wins. Italy drew with Canada. I mean, this is great for World Rugby to see USA or Georgia will be the team getting second from Pool B. In Pool C, Australia lead the way on 20. South Africa, still those two haven't clashed, are on 18 bonus points difference, but ultimately the winner of that final match will decide that pool. Fiji will get third. Japan, Romania and Russia round out Pool C. And in Pool D, Argentina, big win, massive, huge win over Ireland. Sees them top this pool, and it's going to take a miracle to get them off it. But you got to say, Wales, Scotland are capable of doing something as well. They sit on 10 points, and again, if Ireland drop another game and Wales or Scotland win, they could take that second spot. Ireland could drop out. Spain and Uruguay, well, bad news for them. They are gone. Actually, what we're looking at, let's see who Ireland, Wales and Scotland are playing next. In the final rounds, where are they? Wales is playing Scotland. Wow. So, a 5-point or even a 4-point win, which is obviously just the win, no bonus point, we'll see either of those two to 14. Ireland, oh, they're playing Uruguay. So you've got to say they're safe. You've got to say they're safe. If one was playing Wales, the other was playing Scotland, that could have been a real turn-up for the books. But you'd imagine Ireland will get the job done there. So our next match is against Samoa. And Nathan Nicholls, let's see where we're going here. Kicking is 100. Oh, mental is still 99. Wow, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? We've got speed and acceleration right up there as well, so looking very, very good. And we have plenty of other stats right there. 99 on aggression, 97 on passing, which has got a great increase as well over the last couple of matches. And 95 on strength, so we're getting lots of increases here. Looking very, very good for a postseason. We still, remember, we've got to decide where we're going next season, so that hasn't gone away. I think it's 7 seasons of being a pro, or is it 6? I can't remember. But either way, we'll see what happens after the Rugby World Cup. Decision time for Nathan Nicholls once more. He is still only 21 years old, so it could be a World Cup winner possibly. Big match is done. Samoa next, then it is quarterfinals, semi-finals and final if we make it that far. So I hope to see you all there for those big matches. But until then, thanks for watching as always. Hope you're enjoying the series, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.